kitchen, living room, dining room, bedroom, bathroom, and your second bedroom. But you know, if you don't got a second bedroom, just keep it at those. So for the kitchen, it was really easy. So I just got most of my things from Walmart and Walmart.com. It was a whole bunch of just searching for things and knowing the aesthetic that I wanted. So for the kitchen, it was like a pink and cow print. So I wanted not pink cow print, but pink and cow print. So pink and black and white. So I wanted that whole theme in my kitchen. So I look for things and I only bought things that fit my aesthetic. Like if it's not like how I want, I don't want it. Like you can't ask anybody. Like I went for a minute without a comforter because I couldn't find what I wanted. It was either gonna be cow print or I wanted like a ruffled, like French feel. Like I wanted to feel like luxurious, or I wanted cow print. And I couldn't find what I wanted, so I didn't have none. I just slept with my little throw blankets until I found what I wanted. So it was just like shopping by that method saved me a lot more money because I only bought what I wanted. I didn't buy just crazy knickknacks out of TJ Maxx and Marshalls and stuff. I'm like thinking, okay, does this fit my aesthetic? Is it gonna fit in with my kitchen? Nah, I don't need it then if it's not gonna fit. So I eventually found things that fit with the aesthetic of the kitchen. The bathroom was going to be more of, I wanted Kraken because I just love Greek mythology. I love Krakens. And I wanted the colors blue, pink, and purple for the bathroom. So I only bought things those are that color. And I'm still working on the bathroom. So the bathroom's still a work in progress. The living room is a better example. The living room was supposed to be a whole old Hollywood type feel. So I only bought things to fit that aesthetic. And I did that. I ain't gonna lie to you. I did that. I only bought things that fit the aesthetic. A lot of those things were thrifted from Amazon, Target even, but I found them in different places and I knew what the look I was going for, and I just made a list of everything I wanted. The same thing with the bedroom. Even though the bedroom I really haven't decorated as much as I would like, it was just like getting the essentials first. I already had a TV I stole from my mother. Shout out to her. I had my old like just 24-inch TV. And my mama had a 55er sitting in her house. Switcheroo. No one would tell. Yeah. I don't suggest that you do that. You know, ask permission before you just take some. But a lot of the things you're going to get are going to be hand-me-downs or something like that. And I don't have a problem with it. If your family, if they know you're moving and this is your first apartment, take whatever you can from them. You can put some contact paper, paint it, you can make it how you want it to look. I highly suggest that. Like I wish I had family members that were like that, you know, just gave me old stuff that they didn't use no more and just been like, oh, here you go, whoop. Contact paper on it and paint it brand new, and it's for you, like you personalize it. So like I heavily believe in that. Get you some hand-me-downs, go thrifting. Like you're gonna get the cheapest stuff ever, but you know, I ain't really had it, so it was just like a whole bunch of thrifting sometimes because I don't have a car and nobody want to go thrifting with me. And Facebook Marketplace, I found some things through there too. So just make sure that you have a list and you only stick with your aesthetic. I think this is 7. So think of the bills that you're going to incur, whatever the word is, but incur once you get your first apartment. So of course you're gonna have things like rent, but also think about your utility bill that you're gonna have. I have to pay MLG and W every month, so you have to think about that. And they didn't tell me when you first get, well, I don't know, maybe if your credit good, you don't get it, but you know, I don't really use credit. I don't got no credit card in there yet. And so it was just like my credit is fair, so it was just like I have a $25 extra charge for I think the first year or first 6 months. I really don't know. I'm terrible at this. My mama took me. I just be like living life. I was like, I didn't even know I had to do all of this. Just turn my lights on. But yeah, you have to think about that type of thing. So first, getting your lights on, and I know some places have their stuff isn't all together. You know, Memphis, we luckily have all of our things in one place that we have to pay. But think of, you know, where you have to pay your light bill, your gas, and your water. So think about that. And you know, they're gonna ask you that, and I didn't even know they was gonna ask me all that. Like, I don't know if it uses gas, I guess, but you know, ask your mama or your landlord or whatever, and they'll tell you if it uses gas or not. Mine's actually didn't need gas, so I'm glad I didn't order gas. It's just light and water or whatever, electricity. I need it, but whatever. Yeah, so think of that. You have to pay rent, utilities, pay the security deposit, the application fee. So that's about right there, baby, when you move in. Think about that money. Yeah, so make sure, I would suggest having 6 months rent saved in advance, so you have something to fall back on, because that's what I did. And now I'm in a place where, like, okay, now I have to save up again to pay the next 6 months, because it just helped me a lot, because it was just like, I don't want to have to pay rent every month. Like, I really hate thinking about paying rent, and I just rather not have it on my mind at all. So it was just like paying it way in advance was better for me, so I didn't have to be on my mind and having to constantly think about it. And it stays the same. It doesn't fluctuate like your light bill. My light bill fluctuates because sometimes I use lights more than others, and I like to have the heat on and stuff like that. I've just accepted that as who I am and why my light bill be high. But also the $25 fee. But also, I know I use a lot of lights. And yeah, I've been cutting down on it. I've been using candles. So think of that. Think of if you have pets, you're going to have to pay a pet fee or something like that. Or you could always go the ghetto route and, you know, I don't got no pet. Who dog is that? I don't know. You could always go that route. I've done it. You have to think about some places, you know, if they're bougie, parking fees and the valet trash type stuff. I take out my own trash. My apartments, you park where you park. That type of thing. Renter's insurance. So the place that I have now requires renter's insurance, and it's automatically added if you go through their company that they are partnered with. So it's like $15 more, like, yeah, $15 added to the rent. So I think renter's insurance is important to have, and like reading through the contract and stuff, like, okay, you're gonna cover me if this happens. Okay, all right. So somebody's to blame and not me. If I burn down my apartment, it's gonna be y'all fault. So, you know, something like that. I think that's great. Think about the moving fees, so as in boxes and things like that. Or you can go the ghetto route. Plastic bags, garbage bags. I used a combination of boxes and garbage bags. It also helped me a lot to label all of my things, because I had people helping me move and my family helping me move. And I wanted things where I wanted them to go. So if it's going bedroom 1, put it in bedroom 1. Go in bedroom 2, put it in bedroom 2. I want everything to go where it went. And I wanted things without a hitch. So label your stuff if you're having people help you move, so you know exactly where it goes. And also, you might forget where, you know, or you might have a great mind. You might, you know, that's you. But me, I don't. So it was great for me to label my stuff to know where it was going to go. You can get those off of Amazon too, the little shipping labels and stuff like that. Boxes, go to your local liquor store. They have extra boxes after, you know, unboxing all their liquor and stuff. And they hold a lot because they hold liquor. Go to the liquor store. I advise, if you're going to pay for boxes, go to Walmart. I got them boxes for like $3 for like a pack or something, or like a few cents per box. Do that. Or the liquor store. Also, to include in your fees and everything like that per month, your subscriptions, because I didn't think of that. My, you know, and your Wi-Fi, your Netflix, Hulu, Disney Plus. I have all of those. And you can also link your Hulu with your Spotify. This is not sponsored, but y'all should sponsor me. But yeah, do that for a cheaper feel. Use your student discount. If you don't have a student discount, I feel sorry to you. Use somebody that you know is in school stuff, but you know, you didn't hear that from me. But I'm just saying, like, try to find ways to minimize those costs. Like Netflix, I moved from 2 screens to 1. Hulu has always been very inexpensive. Disney Plus, I think I have the most basic plan ever. Like, that's it. But all of those things, you know, they add up. Then they eat my money just out of nowhere. And my Apple Music just take my money. Dang, I thought I had a little 20 for some food. Took that. They ain't stingy with it too. They gonna take it real quick. Like, I be having it planned on my calendar the day of, and then they take it the night before. And I'm like, bro, what if I was broke? But yes, take those into account. And you know how I talked about having that cushion? Make sure that you have an emergency fund, because things happen. Life happens. My mom always told me that, you know, life happens, stuff happens. Always make sure you have an emergency fund, something to fall back on, because you don't want to be, you know, short on the rent and you having an extra sugar daddy. I need you to pay my rent, even though, you know, that would be the most ideal situation. But, you know, all of us don't have sugar daddies, unfortunately. So, you know, you don't want to have to, you know, scramble up on some money real quick for rent, because, you know, you're unable to pay it and you really want somewhere to stay. So I really advise having an emergency fund and paying your rent some months in advance. Like, it saved me, because as you all know, I'm a shopaholic. I will spend money like there's no tomorrow and I won't care. But, you know, I have to reform a lot with being on my own. And it's been quite a change, but it's possible. It's very possible. I really do. Like, I stress that the most is having a 6 months rent and having like an emergency fund for you to fall back on. Cause I love having that cushion. Like, if something pops off, I'm good on rent. Everything else can be off, but I'm good on rent. So make sure you have that emergency fund, or you're gonna have to go to a local shake joint and, you know, but rent for a little bit, which I have no problem with. You know, I've considered doing it a few times. I just always like punk out, but I really want to, because it's coming to that. It's coming to that. On to the next point. So, you know how we talked about location for your apartment? You don't want to only, you know, well, the neighborhood is really important too, but you also want to think about when you're in apartments, what floor you're staying on. So some apartments are like townhomes, individual type things, and you have that specific townhome to yourself, up and down, or it's just, you know, whatever. And some are like one story, and then some apartments have multiple floors. And my thing was like, I know I move around a lot, I know I do a lot, and I don't want my neighbors to complain on me, so I always knew I wanted to stay on the first floor. And I don't know, it was just, I always wanted to stay on the first floor in case something popped off too, so I could be like, get gone real quick. You know, I didn't have to jump out the windows or nothing like that, because I'm not athletic. I don't know, it's just a whole paranoia thing for myself. But I've always wanted to stay on the first floor. It's easier to get in and out, and, you know, disabilities that I claim I have, but I'm always say I have. I just didn't want to be going back and forth. And I had lived in my dorm on the 5th floor, and I was over it. I love staying on the first floor of my dorm. The only thing was the Wi-Fi was kind of trash down there, but everything else was great, because you just go right to your door and you don't got to go up no stairs, no elevator, all that type stuff. So I appreciate it. I know a lot of people will say bad things, but, you know, I'm good. I ain't had no problems. You know, I had a weird neighbor, but I just switched what door to come out of. But yeah, I would really take that into consideration. But then again, my neighbor, he does be doing crazy stuff upstairs. I don't really know what he got going on, but, you know, he needs to chill out sometimes. Sometimes he just be doing too much. But it don't really disturb me at night. Think about that. If you're a lighter, hard sleeper, I'm kind of a harder sleeper. I can sleep through some things. I sleep with the TV on. I need that noise. But, you know, just think about that type of thing when you're moving as well, which unit of apartment you want to stay in. And so we've talked about all these things you're looking for and stuff like that, and things to keep in mind. And when you're looking through these apartments, make sure you record videos so you can remember what they look like. They helped me a lot, because it was like some of them I forgot to, and either if I forgot to do them, either they didn't leave an impact on me, or it was something I didn't like, which is why I didn't record. But record what they look like so you can go back and remember and compare, because this is a competition, and you are the prize. They want you. You are what they need. So these are all, like, you are getting your pick of the crop. It's gonna be what you want, what you desire. So make sure you check out the neighborhood. Me and my best friend were riding around at night. Is it scandalous? Yeah, I can't say it. If it's too scandalous, like, yeah, I couldn't do it. Some of them places were kind of ghetto. I was like, I can't live here by myself, bro. I can't do that. Y'all gonna be watching me, and I don't need anybody watching me. No. And it just comes with apartments, you know. People be kind of nosy sometimes, and, you know, you gotta put them in their place. And after you do that, you be cool. But just keep that in mind, just period. I be really straight because after the weird situation with my neighbor, he was turned out to be pretty cool afterwards. Yeah, so I do I moderately suggest getting to know your neighbors, just because I'm so introverted and I really don't like people in my business. You know, I moderately suggest getting to know your neighbors, because some of them can be kind of nosy and some of them mind their business too. Now he mind his business too. I mind mine. I'm straight with that. I don't know who live on the other side of me, but they be in their business. They be straight. They don't give me no problems, you know. But, you know, I suggest, you know, dead out of beef. And, you know, I had to do that with them because they was just, you know, creeping me out for a bit. But make sure you keep those things in mind. And also, I have a list. So, check the locks. I did that with this place. Actually, the first day I moved in, like, one of the doors, like, there are 2 doors to get in here. And one of them, like, you couldn't go through it at all. And I ain't like that because I was just like, I don't like that. What's something going on? And I need to get out of this one. So I had them fix that with, like, the first time I moved in. So make sure those are good. Check the windows for any cracks or anything like that. Ceiling type stuff. Don't, just look it up. You'll see, like, it could be drafty and stuff like that. And, you know, bugs. I literally bombed this place like 4 times. Put roach spray everywhere. I haven't had no problems with bugs, no matter how. I leave crumbs everywhere. In my room, though. In my room. I clean the kitchen and living room regularly. But my room, I don't know. I just be like, I be eating in bed and everything. And I ain't had no bugs. So that's been great. Check the floors are damaged or slippery or slanted. Because, like, I don't know. You just want to check those type of things because it could be the sign of a leak. And that is a big thing because my neighbor upstairs, his water heater